This is my Ported CZ P10C. Today, I'm going to be talking about USPSA events with this thing, overall overview, reliability, and more. Stick with me here. We're going to take a deep dive into this pistol. This here, as you can see, is my Ported CZ P10C. I've had it for about a year now. I bought it last June, July, whenever it released. The day after it released, I bought this thing. It is still a very good looking pistol. I have beat the tar out of it, and overall, it treated me very well. A couple minor malfunctions, mostly from me not cleaning it. I have blasted about, if I had to guess, probably 3,000 rounds to this, which I know isn't a ton to some people, but for the amount of time that I have to set aside to shooting pistol, this is a lot. And recently I started shooting USPSA events, so this is an open class pistol. You know, my last video I talked about USPSA events shooting carry optics. This is not carry optics. This is a ported pistol. I'm dumb, you know. I don't do a lot of research. I just go off what my friends were saying. Not saying my friend's dumb either. Kyle, if you're watching this, you are not dumb. But he told me that it was carry optics. We looked into the rules afterwards and after I posted a YouTube video and got 40 comments about it. It was ridiculous. I understand now. It is an open gun. I'm not happy to be running an open gun because those guys are running crazy setups, and I have a CZ P10C. No shame against the CZ, but it is what it is. Today I'm just going to be doing a quick rundown of what I think of this pistol so far, 3,000 rounds in. I know a lot of guys did reviews right when it first dropped, and CZ obviously is going to push those content creators to making reviews about this, but I don't know how many people are actually shooting this and shooting it a lot. So if you've come to look at a deep dive to year review of this pistol, this is what you're going to get. To start off, price point. This is a very cheap, affordable pistol, especially for a factory ported barrel. It is phenomenal. The price point, CZ knocked it out of the park with this one. So phenomenal. I cannot discuss prices. YouTube is cracking down, and they gave me a strike on my most recent video that you guys didn't see. It was an awesome video, but it's on my second channel now if you would like to go watch that. You guys probably won't. That's fine. It was a cool video. I enjoyed making it. I digress. The accuracy I'm getting out of this thing is phenomenal. So these barrels, as you can see, it is crowned at the end, and it is a thicker barrel than the original P10C. I had the original P10C and I traded in to buy the ported version because I was like, why would I shoot a pistol that's not ported? Now I kind of wish I would have kept it to run USPSA events and carry optics, but is what it is. Overall, with this pistol, they made some upgrades to the serrations, a couple different minor changes, but it is very close to the original CZ P10C. These serrations are great. It's great grip. You can probably see what's left of my skin on here. They are very aggressive, but you know, what are you going to do about that? It is nice to have. This pistol is going to get compared to a Glock. Everything is compared to Glocks. This is basically a Glock 19, only CZ's version. M&P, everything else is compared to a Glock. This thing is basically a Glock clone. It's not the exact thing, but it is very similar in ergonomics and stuff like that to a Glock. And in my personal opinion, I think it's a Glock killer. But there's Glock fans. Look, there's accessories and everything store-wide for Glocks. So if you want to have just ease of putting accessories on, finding holsters, everything like that, magazines, yes, Glock is going to be easier. But overall, for less money, this is a much better pistol than the stock Glock 19. And that, I'll die on that hill. No doubt about that. As far as the reliability goes with this pistol, I haven't had a ton of issues. The only time I have an issue is when I don't clean this thing and it stovepipes or it gets super hot. I know Honest Outlaw had that same problem when he got his pistol super hot and he was shooting it out in the sun. He ended up having a couple of malfunctions. My malfunctions is, if you know what a stovepipe is, it doesn't extract fully and the round ends up like cocked out of the side. And I could throw up a video of what a stovepipe is. It's done that maybe 3 times in 3,000 rounds, so, and never in competition or like when it matters, so I'm not too worried about it. Before a competition, I do actually clean this thing, But as far as deep cleans goes, it's probably been like one time in 3,000 rounds. So it is very dirty right now. If I go like this, as you can see, it is dirty. It's gonna stay dirty, man. I shoot dirty guns. I have, as you can see, quite a few guns. I try and clean them as much as I can, but I'd rather go out and shoot than clean them. So a quick rem wipe and I'm good to go for most of my firearms. So, you know, that's my cleaning regimen. My one big gripe with this pistol is the trigger. So my old CZ, I don't think I noticed it as much as I do with this one, but this trigger is just, it's got a long wall in my opinion, and it is heavy on the poundage. I can show you guys here. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of take up, bit of a long wall, and that's a lot of pressure in my opinion. And then shooting staccatos and M&Ps and stuff like that, the triggers they're just better. And maybe I got one bad one out of the batch, but I'm definitely going to do some polishing and probably an aftermarket trigger at some point for this thing, just because for competition, like a 6-pound trigger is, I don't know, it's not great. Especially when I'm shooting open class in this thing, whew, I'm going to get smoked. So eventually, that's going to be the one upgrade I do to this CZ. It's going to be a trigger job. Out of the box, you get your CZ shipped with 2 magazines, 2 15-rounders. As you can see, these are used and abused 15-rounders. They are good mags, in my opinion. I have not had any magazine problems. I do wish they shipped with more and had more capacity. You know, the 15-rounders, they do fit flush, as you can see. They are flush, which is nice. They are smooth. However, I wish they ship with a 19-rounder like this, which is a CZ P10F magazine. I wish they would have shipped with these, or at least like a 17-rounder or another 15. My biggest problem when I shot that first USPSA event, boy, that's a mouthful. When I shot that first event was that I only had 2 15-rounders. And that's on me. I should have known. The stages were like 32, 35 rounds at most, but then I'm getting like a no-shoot, or I'm shooting one target one time, and it was just a big ordeal. 100% on me, but I wish CZ would have shipped me with more magazines, because then I could have just pulled out another 15-rounder and went on with the stage. But I was stuck to 30 rounds. That was the most I could have. So partially on me, but come on, CZ, let's ship with more than 2 magazines. That's ridiculous in this day and age. Another thing about those magazines is that these magazines are new. The new P10F, the new P10C, the new P10S, they are all new magazines. They're a new design. If you have the old CZ, the old CZ P10C like I had, those magazines do not work. These magazines work in the old pistols, but the old magazines are not forward compatible with the new pistols, which is really annoying in my opinion, because I had a bunch of magazines for my old P10C and I was like, I'll just keep them. I'll trade in the gun with one magazine, who cares? And then I have all these magazines and none of them work. So that was pretty frustrating. And it is a little confusing, like they have these next gen magazines, but they don't tell you that they're the next gen magazines. So you're on Gun Mag Warehouse or wherever you're at shopping for your magazines, and they're like impossible to figure out which one works. I just got the luck of the draw. You order the new mags from Gun Mag Warehouse and they are compatible. So that was lucky. As you can see, these are brand new. I have not shot with them. So hopefully they do work. They fit in the gun perfectly, so they function. They are huge, they stick out, but it is what it is. Next up on my list is the bottom half of this CZ. So, as Honest Outlaw said, if you watched his video, it was about a week ago, he said that the top half of these CZs are great. They're phenomenal. And the bottom half, you get down to the grip module, they're not that great. 100% agree. Top half, perfect. This port, amazing. Co-witness sights I'll get into, amazing. Serrations, great. Shooting, accuracy, perfect. You get down to the lower half, this trigger, meh. not a huge fan. This grip module, terrible grip, hence why I have handle it grips, as you can see on it, and some goon tape. So handle it grips, they do not sponsor me, but they did send this to me. I would use these no matter what, on every pistol, no matter what. This is stippling for less than 20 big ones, so do it. I mean, if you don't like it, just take it right off. You're not out that much money. These things are phenomenal. This grip module is not great. Put handle it grips on, put some goon tape on there, and go after it. I mean, especially I'm down in southern Oklahoma and I shoot in Texas as well. It is so hot, especially right now. Like, even we shoot matches at 8 a.m., 10 a.m. It is ridiculous. If I was shooting the stock grip module, this thing would be falling out of my hands, I guarantee it. It is ridiculous down here. I'm from the north. I moved down here. It sucks. Anyways, I digress. The beaver tail on this pistol is fine. Honestly, I wish it was a little bit less of a curve right here, because this does bite on your hand, especially when you have the grip tape up here and you are shooting. My inner, whatever this is, I don't know the signs behind your hand, but it tears up your hand pretty good. So that's another complaint. But honestly, and I'm not like dogging CZ. I love this pistol. This thing's awesome. I like CZ pistols. These are just improvements for CZ to make, and they will not listen to me. But I still want to let you guys know my gripes about this pistol. Next up, we'll get to this gas pedal here from White Wolf Concepts. This thing is pretty cool. It was a pretty cool concept. Maybe a little bit gimmicky, but you know what? It's cool. It's a cool idea. It is not functional for me, just due to the fact that I like to run my left thumb up further rather than down here. So if you can see, I grip the pistol like this, not down here. The only reason I would ever come down here is to like press it down to find my red dot, which I'll get into later, is finding this damn red dot. But yeah, the only time I would be doing this is like, bang, trying to find that damn dot. But most of the time I ride up here. This thing does make compatibility with holsters more of a problem. It does like to rub and not fit correctly. So that's just something you'll have to just shove it in your holster a bunch of times. Is what it is. I'll probably take this off at some point. You know, it's not a huge benefit to me, but I guess the one benefit is pressing down and finding that red dot. But if I change this red dot, it's gone. Moving up with this thing, we have the Steiner MPS on top of an Aimpoint Acro plate. This is directly from Aimpoint, the Acro plate, and then obviously this is a Steiner MPS in the Acro footprint that is on top of it. Overall, this thing is better than an Aimpoint. However, I'm still not a huge fan of these enclosed optics. I had a Vortex enclosed optics that I was a fan of, but I don't know. I just struggle to find the dot with these enclosed, and it's probably a me thing. But the open dot, like the Vortex XL, I mean, that thing, it's there. It's there when you want it. I'm not fighting for that thing at all. I'm shooting my buddy's Vortex XL, and I'm like, ooh, I probably should have bought that instead of the Steiner. But honestly, I'll probably throw the Steiner on one of these rifles, probably on this SPR at some point, as like a top mount at the 12 o'clock, and yeah. We will put a Vortex on this and blast off in the sunset USPSA with a Vortex. On top of this is a Ape Defense battery cap. You can see it's pretty marred up. This thing is a gimmick. I don't know if I'm just feeling like I'm in a mood to call companies out, but I'm not saying White Wolf's is a gimmick. Their gas pedal, it's not. I like it. It's a cool idea. I just don't use it. I don't have a use case for it. But this Ape Defense cap that I just showed you is an absolute gimmick. It's supposed to be toolless battery. Like, it's the whole entire point of this battery cap is to be toolless and be able to remove your battery when the battery does die and easily put it right back on. The problem is, I don't know if they didn't QC this thing at all, and I honestly was going to send it back, but like, it's so aggravating that this thing is $60. This is a $60 battery cap, and it doesn't even function correctly. There's not enough foam in the top of this thing to depress the battery, and so when I would shoot and I'll show some video, it would like blink in and out, and I was like, there's no way my batteries are dead. I start replacing the battery, nothing. And then I brought it back home, I take the cap off, and I started dry firing. And I'm like, it's not the battery. And then I put the cap on, and it would pop the battery out because there wasn't enough pressure on top of the battery to keep it in place. So underneath this, I have like a bread twist tie inside of here in order to keep the battery down. And it's just like, come on guys. Real quick before we end this off, I'm going to go into my belt setup. So this is an Agalite belt. Mag carriers or mag pouches, these things, I'm unsure of the brand, but they're the little class ones that you just put in, and there's retention through the plastic on the inside. They're pretty nice. I run 3 of them. I have 4 mags. Hopefully I don't need any more than that. Hopefully the stages stay at like 32 rounds, which I should be good with 2 19 rounders. But moving on from that, I have the True North Concepts, the new one, the drop holster. This thing has a bunch of crazy different things on it. Don't know why I bought it, because I just run my stuff vertical. That way I have the same draw retention no matter what, whether I'm running a drop holster or not. As far as this goes, it's got the Safariland, the QLS system. I believe it's called the QLS system. And then I have a Tier 1 concealed over the waistband holster. So this thing, as you can see, is the holster that can retain any pistol that has the X300 on it. So I throw an X300 on my pistol, and all of a sudden I can use this holster no matter what. Is it going to be 100% Loctite? No. But look, I'm not running around sprinting doing 360 kick flips out of the tree. Like, my holster has retention, and I'll be good. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to fly out of my damn belt. So this holster I do recommend. I am a fan. You just don't have to buy a holster every time now, and I can run the same belt no matter what. Obviously, if I get some crazy like 2011, I'm gonna have to buy a different holster for it, maybe. But we'll see. Overall, very happy with that purchase. It was cheap. I got it off a tax swap, and yeah, it was great. Moving on, we have I believe this is the drop leg, the strap from True North Concepts as well. Overall, I've had good success with this thing. I do not have a bunch of crazy stuff on it. It's just kind of like a slick rig for USPSA. I know those guys run like the magnetic stuff for open and whatever. Maybe one day we'll get into that. But honestly, I just have fun training with this belt. It is my first belt setup, and overall it's treated me pretty damn good. That's all I got for you guys today. I appreciate you watching. These videos are getting harder for me to make. I am working too much and have too little money and not enough time to shoot. But we'll try and dive back into it. If there's something that you want to see regarding these rifles, this pistol, anything, you want to see more USPSA content, you want to see me goofing around at the range with my friends, like and subscribe if you've made it this far. It really does help the algorithm and push it out to more people. I'll get like 30 subs in one day on a random old video from 4 months ago if like 4 people like it. So the algorithm is crazy. I don't think some people realize that, especially if you don't post. But thank you guys so much for the support so far, and I hope for your support in the future. Have a great day, guys.